So this is the Starcraft Delta 188 Pro, my boat of choice this year. I personally reached out to Starcraft to get in one of these, and I'm excited to show it to you guys. We're gonna go over how it's rigged, my favorite features, things I would change with rigging, and more, so stay tuned. So on the back of this boat, I have a Suzuki 175. I went with Suzuki because I had it on my old boat and I was really happy with some of the features it had and how quiet it was. And then also, so many of the dealers I have worked with have all recommended the same thing, and so I went with it. In addition, I do have a kicker coming. It's not on yet, but I do plan on having that on the back for trolling and emergencies. It came in handy last year when I had a minor issue with my old boat, and so having that on there is really a benefit for trolling, but also a benefit for safety. So for the boat on the back, you can modify these however you want, really. They have so many different options when you're looking at a Starcraft or Smokercraft model. I did want a swim deck in the back just because we're also recreational people. We like swimming, or if you drop something in the water, it's nice to go get it and then get back on the boat. The track system, quick before we jump inside. It has a built-in track system this time instead of the top, although you could probably mount something there if you wanted. But then for all my accessories, I have Berts, which comes with the boat. Typically they recommend the Bert system. Rod holders, you know, very kind of clean, simple look, which I actually do appreciate. Rod holders, accessory holders, and it runs all the way up to the front. So you live scope users can move your pole up front. I am still trying to find the right pole. I had a track stack pole on my last boat. I loved it. I love that system. That is not an option on this. So that is definitely going to be added to the front here and obviously used on the back where I captain. So for trolling motor, I have a Tarova. I have the 80-pound thrust, 60-inch motor. It's definitely doable for this boat. I've been on fishing quite a few times in the big waves, out on red, and even locally. There are times I wish I had a little bit more power or even maybe just a little bit more shaft length, because I think it would handle those really big waves better, and I still like fishing at those times. But for the average person, I do think this is fine. In my dream world, I would have a Ultrex, but we ended up going with the Tarova. I also put on a Humminbird Solix 10. I love the Solix line, and technically if I would get Mega Live versus Live Scope at some point, I can connect on here. So something to think about. So one monitor up here, the Solix, the Tarova, 60-inch, 80-pound thrust. And then we're gonna go into the boat and break that down, and then we'll go and talk about the trailer. All right, so one of the best features of this boat is it does have a pretty decent casting deck in the back, and it does have a lot of storage. So that is one of the benefits, is they were very intelligent on how they did the storage in a more compact boat than what I had before. So let's go through it. So this part right here is unique to the Delta Pro version. These can be seats if you want a different model. But for me, I went with the Pro because I do like storage. I've got my, stone tackle boxes in here. And as you can tell, I have more tackle to add, but it really can hold a lot of tackle. And I'm just one of those people that really needs everything in one space that belongs together because I'm a mess. And so this is actually something that I appreciate more than I thought. So all my tackle related stuff, one place, easy to grab, easy to just throw stuff in quick when I'm on the go. So then in the back, we have a really large live well. It runs really deep back through here. Room for a back seat as well on this platform. I just sometimes use that to hold my net when I don't need that back seat, but there is room for that. So then we have battery and more storage here in the back corner, which is pretty typical with the boat. Haven't really figured out what I'm all going to be storing in every spot yet, because there is a lot of storage and I appreciate that. I'm gonna have another video talking about what I put in the boat eventually when I get a little more organized, and then like all my favorite accessories for getting a new boat, so stay tuned for that. All right, so we also have storage over here. We're just using it to just toss clothing and life vests in, but you could really use it for whatever you want. That just seemed to be what they were advertising it as, so found that useful because you can just grab your sweater quick or, tuck that in farther. There's actually quite a bit of room in there. We have a lot of stuff stuffed in there already. We have the seats. So this is very different than what you would typically see in a fishing boat. I did actually ask for upgraded seats, and they wanted me to kind of try them out. Not the best when you want to turn around for fishing in this particular spot, but just for comfort on those rougher days and when you like to have kids in the boat, they are super nice. And so again, trade-offs. I wasn't sure when I saw them if I would love them, because they were a lot bigger than I was expecting, and that comes with limitations when fishing, but I love them. So we have storage in here. I've just been using it for lights, power, like there's a lot of storage. So I've been using it for a lot of tripods, filming stuff. You know, I need to have tripods every time I'm out here. More than one person has asked me how I can have photos when I don't always have someone with me, and it's called a tripod. On top of that, I also love that they allow like room for you to set the rods that you're actively using on the side, and then they actually have a spot that you can put the tips in so they're protected, and it goes really deep. So I really appreciate that part of it. Extra security when you're using this section for the rods that are currently in use. So down here it comes with a ingle, which is nice if you don't already have one, and it has a spot for them. So perfect for your live bait. And then also right up here we just kind of have classic storage. Obviously I have a lot of stuff going on in there, but just your glove compartment storage, and even more room to put things, because you know, people like me, the more room the better. All right, the dash is sharp looking. They do a really good job with their finishing. And what I love is it actually has room for 2 monitors. I've got the Solix 10 up here with mega side, what you'd expect. Could have a second monitor right there. Might add a 7, still deciding, just for mapping. So many bells and whistles, and this is their master power. It's a button, and then they have all, you know, your bilge. It does have an automatic bilge as well though. Live well, I mean, I don't really know what fish on and fish off mode are. Still trying to figure that out. Accessories, your lights, very nice, very well done. You can charge your phone, which for someone like me is a huge deal. Video of it, but these sides like light up in like a blue. It's really cool. So just kind of fun bells and whistles they've added that I think a lot of people will appreciate. So something else I'm finding a lot of appreciation for is there's storage up here. I keep my dock buddies up there because when I pull up to a dock, I grab them quick and tie on. You can get these at Go-To Marine. On top of that, or actually on the bottom of that, there's another storage. So I love the storage down here too. Still figuring out what I'm all adding down here, but keeping the keys and my clippers that down here safely so they doesn't rattle out when you drive. You know, things like weights and stuff like that. Since it's a nice place to have it. These little extra areas of storage does help with organization when you're somebody like me. All right, for what everybody wants, this is where there's storage on top of more storage. Like there's storage down here. When you pull this up, it just keeps adding on. Just wait. Huge storage locker. It can hold 12 rods. I guess I don't know what the max length is. I have yet to have a rod that can't fit in there without plenty of room. So, and these aren't even all pushed in. Additionally, there's more storage down here. There's the batteries. We were in there, so the top is a little bit off. And then there's even storage underneath. So if you're going on a trip somewhere and you just need to pack stuff because you're boating in, this is going to have it for you, because there is a lot of room under your rod locker. A few other fine details I appreciate. USB ports on the passenger side. Again, you can have the people riding with you charge. You can charge GoPros. You can run GoPros consistently from this. You can charge your phone, you name it. It's always nice to have those in today's world. And then also a really fine detail is they have like grates all along the bottom, and it's just more drainage, which is fantastic. So if it's raining hard or you're in a lot of waves and you're getting a lot of water in the boat, it's going to get rid of that quick. So obviously we all appreciate that in those situations. So the casting deck is good sized, in my opinion, for having an 18.5 foot boat. I did request one of these small chairs just because for what I lack down there with the captain's chairs. I have 360 mobility. It's very nice for sitting up here with live scope and targeting fish on those days. So you have the quick power for your trolling motor, and then we have storage and a live well up here. So more storage, storage on top of storage on top of storage. And then live well, so the guy up front has a live well. We do have netting for up here if we choose to use it. Haven't used this live well yet, but it will happen. More storage, still organizing what I want where, so I'm gonna do a different video on that. But you guys at least can see the boat and the features. More storage. So a lot of different storage. What I really like about this boat is a lot of different things, but why I requested it was because I thought it had a lot of bells and whistles and finer details for the price point. These boats come in at a very pretty price point compared to a lot of their competitors. They're very well done, their finish is nice, and I think it's kind of a family-friendly option, which is the stage of life I'm at and will be at for a while. So that's kind of number one, is not only is it a boat that I can fish with and be comfortable even on bigger water, but I can be comfortable with kids. So highly recommend that. We are still going to go over the trailer quick, and also want to mention that you guys can find these at Bemidji Marine, same with Suzuki Motors. I think he's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, northern Minnesota Suzuki dealer. So check out Bemidji Marine, and you guys, they do have a couple of these in stock, and this boat will eventually go for sale there. All right, and this is the trailer. I did request a tandem axle trailer for all the traveling I do. It's just more security for me to have that extra support in case something would go wrong. Classic bunk trailer. So far so good, no issues. It's been running great. I've been launching in a lot of different lakes, no problems. It's been a great boat. A lot more to come because I'm just getting used to it. Again, gonna have an accessories video coming up for this thing. And then also you guys can find this at Bemidji Marine. Be sure to contact Davey over there. He has a few of them in stock, and this one will actually be for sale at a good price. Be sure to check him out. It's a great option if you're looking for a friendly boat with all these bells and whistles.